gentlemen, please welcome the man who thought a SWAT team was a division of Rent-A-Kill, Craig Charles.
Well, here we are, folks, halfway into Robot Wars 4. And since the wars began, each of our house robots has become somewhat of a celebrity. Sergeant Bass has been a guest on Ready, Steady, Cremate. Matilda's done some topless modelling. She's got a lovely pair of servos. And Sir Killalot was even asked to open a supermarket. Well, the manager lost his keys and they needed someone to cut open the door. But for the new 6 robots here today, fame still awaits. And here's where they start paying. In sparks. Let's take a look at this week's wannabes.
Oh, yes, let the sparks fly, Craig. As always, we've 2 seeded robots, and they both returned from the last series. Centurion at number 31 faced Splinter, New Boys there, and Small Talk. And the number 16 seeds Kilohertz. They meet Destructibubble, they're new, and Eric, we've seen them before.
Looking to pick a fight in the pits for the melees, we have Eric from East Sussex. Now, they've got a hydraulically operated ram here, 30 stones worth of pressure here, just a couple of foot up the arm at the piston, 1 ton of pressure, which will definitely be able to flip Killalot, they think. So if they can get right under their opponents, damage. They've also got a self-rising mechanism, so watch out. Here we have something that doesn't really look like a robot. Destructibubble, that's what it's called. Titanium eyebrows for a bit of headbutting. And they're also going to drape nets all over this so that it'll get wound up in their opponent's blades or tracks or whatever. And they've got a 2-foot pneumatic lance here, which they affectionately call the mother-in-law's tongue. Brilliant stuff. I can't wait to see that in action. It's their first wars. And Kilohertz, back again for more carnage. This is the only robot here which actually has car steering as opposed to tank steering. What that means is that the back wheels are powered and the front just do the steering, which means that they've got more precise driving at their target, but once they're in them, their manoeuvrability is worse, so they can't get out of trouble so easily. And also John here, with his flashy steering, actually drove straight into the pit in their first battle in the last war, so poo-poo to you.
Well, they've talked the talk, but can they walk the walk? Let the wars begin!
From Framfield in East Sussex, Eric.
The hydraulic jaw can lift and crush the shell stainless steel. The starter motor comes from a grass cutter. Driver error left Eric idle last time around. And what an error it was against King Buxton. Things look tickety-boo for Eric. Good control, good steering, good weaponry, well on top. Indeed had King Buxton on the jaws of defeat there. But look what happens now. Eric, in trying to topple King B into the pit, went in itself. Oh dear.
Hello, my name's Ian Nicholson. This is Bruce Bosan and Mike Hamilton, the other member of the team. This is Eric. It's powered by 2 wheelchair motors off of 24-volt batteries. And it goes at about 12 miles an hour, because that's as fast as we can control it. Our main weapon is this lifted arm, which is hydraulically driven. It has an accumulator on it, which helps it to move fast. That's it, really.
From Oxford, seeded number 16, Kilohertz.
Back again with us with the pneumatic action hardened steel blade, a polycarbonate shell, 2 motors, wheels from Gopeds. Kill be hurt is my message to them. And another message. Get your steering right. Their driving in Series 3 was literally the pits. Against Cerberus, the legendary dog that guards the gates of hell, driver John Reed must have been out of his shell. What was he doing? Get it right this time, John, please.
This is Kilohertz. I'm John. This is Dominic. And Rebecca.
Hi.
Electric powered, 2 electric 1000-watt motors. It's the main drive power. Car-style steering. Independent steering front wheels. Here and here. And nice little axe. Pneumatically powered axe. Driven by this large pneumatic ram developing about 800 kilos of thrust. Almost a ton.
From Chelmsford in Essex, Destructibubble.
Fun to behold, perhaps too easily. Hold! Or will the carbon fibre and Kevlar shell withstand attacks? It has the lash of the mother-in-law. Some parts of a tractor will hubble-bubble, give us trouble.
This is Destructibubble. I'm Bill Cousin. This is Malcolm Burrows. He's the weapons officer. This is my son Lawrence. He's the pilot. Destructor Bubble is a truncated spear. Has all the weight in the bottom, is impossible to leave upside down, and is armed with this pneumatic spike.
Roboteers, stand by.
Eric, could be dark horses here. Mike Hamilton at the controls again. There's Kilohertz. John Reed, let's hope his steering's better in the middle. And Distractor Bubble. 21-year-old Lawrence Cousins at the control.
2, 1, activate.
See Eric given a run here if they can stay out of the pit. Distractor Bubble. Now, I don't think that's going to be the quickest around the arena. Top speed's at 5 miles an hour. Eric can get up to double that speed. Kilohertz by far the fastest in this particular battle. And up and over the shoulder of Eric. Kilohertz slams against Distractor Bubble, the truncated spear. There's the flipper of Eric. He thought it would have gone further last time around. Driver Mike Hamilton designed the robot, built half of it as well. In comes Kilohertz, the CD robot number 60. Look at the wink of Distractor Bubble's eye. They reckon the eyelashes are a weapon, yeah. Here's Kilohertz from behind, driving it on Distractor Bubble again. Against the arena wall, here comes Eric with a little shot. Ooh, Kilohertz. Well, it rocked and it rolled and it came back down. A little bit of driving from Kilohertz, as well as good driving there on the Distractor Bubble, which, as we said before, is a fun robot. We haven't seen the lash of the mother-in-law's tongue yet. Oh, there we go, yes. A little bit spiteful, but, well, exactly how many of you have felt that in your time? Oh, look at the Kilohertz weapon there. In on the side of Eric, on the side wheel of Eric. Out goes the mother-in-law's tongue from Distractor Bubble, the pneumatic lance. But meanwhile, it's Kilohertz pinned onto Eric. They've combined against Eric. Eric is free now, just about. Slams against Shunt. Coming back on the attack. This is very, very close, you know. Could go to the judges. Oh, a lick of the old flame torch out there, and the bubble is punctured by Kilohertz. Can Kilohertz free that pneumatically powered axe now? Too high the trajectory. No, it's okay. I wonder if he'd just been pinned in there for a minute on the Destructor Bubble, but it's okay. The bubble not in great trouble. Kilohertz up on its side. This is going to go to the judges, isn't it? Another slam. I think Kilohertz has been aggressive enough to go through. And the punishment sustained by the bubble could be too much for them. We'll have to wait and see. Pensive. Self-congratulatory. Who gets the judge's nod?
OK, it's gone to the judges, so while they deliberate, let's take another look at that battle.
There are Boffins, Martin Smith on the left, Professor Noel Shark in the middle, Dr. Myra Wilson on the right. This is what they're studying now. There was the attack on Destructor Bubble. Will the bubble squeak through, though, I wonder? Kilohertz certainly was aggressive, and Eric too, and quite often they combined in a pincer attack. You could call that a double against the bubble. Oh, Eric took punishment there from Kilohertz. I think Kilohertz have done enough, but whether or not it's the bubble or Eric that goes out, it's up to the judges. Not enough movement, I think, or attack from the bubble. Yeah, looking back at this, I think Eric will go through as well. Not down to me, though. It's their decision, and it seems they've made it. So, which of the teams go through? Who goes out?
And it's unanimous. Destructor Bubble are out of here.
You did manage to self-ride.
Yes.
But you've got some nasty holes up there.
Little holes, only small holes, yeah. All the good stuff that matters is deep down inside, so we didn't, although we've got a few holes here, it hasn't actually damaged the robot as such. It's purely cosmetic, a bit of makeup, a bit more mascara, and we're back in business.
For the next wars.
Absolutely.
A bit of plastic surgery will do for Distractor Bubble, a little bit like the mother-in-law, actually. Oh dear, Kilohertz and Eric go through. Next up, Centurion Splinter's Small Talk.
Ready to rip it up in the melee. The Centurion team, they've got 15 tons of downward pressure from that axe. Pretty scary. And uplift at the front, how much force is that?
120 kilograms of lift at the front.
It's about 18 stone.
Absolutely.
So you could get Kilolot over, up and over.
We hope.
Yes.
Bulletproof bodywork there.
Ferocious looking beast. Splinter, this is the ex-Ivanhoe team. They didn't make it in the last wars because they were underweight, but they're back for more vengeance. padded yourselves out a bit, haven't you?
Yes, yeah, and it's a lot faster, this war. Yeah.
Excellent. They're a sort of scooper and then a crusher to give you a lovely cuddle if you're not looking. And from Edinburgh, the Small Talk team, they've got a special cooling device in here, which we don't see often. It's basically an ongoing fire extinguisher pumping CO2 around, cooling things down, so they should be all right if they're on the pits. 4,000 RPM of that blade there. Nasty, that's twice as fast as Hypnodisc, but it is smaller. And Alex has got a message. He's going to tell us his game plan.
I'm going to team up with Splinter and defeat Centurion.
Ooh, conspiring. But really, it is every man for himself in the melee, and may the best fought win.
From Norwich, Splinter.
A father and son team who fought in the second series, back with a completely changed robot, wheelchair motor power, crusher scooper, welded steel frame. It's the heaviest in the heat. In Series 2, they were knocked out by GBH in their previous incarnation as Ivanhoe. Just look how primitive the robots were 2 series ago compared to these days. GBH got in underneath Ivanhoe, too high ground clearance really, and rolled them. Stuart and Craig, over and out for them.
This is my dad Stuart and I'm Craig. This is our robot Splinter, and together we make Team Ivanhoe.
Yeah, Splinter's got very high traction tiles here, and it's powered by 2 Bosch motors. The main weapon is these 2 arms here, powered by wheelchair motors. They're quite powerful, and the idea is to get under the other robots and grab hold of them, chop them, and ram them into the side wall.
From Edinburgh, Small Talk.
Sharp teeth, a spinning disc, a bulletproof plastic shell, top speed of 20 miles an hour. I mean, this is the talk of the pit. Idle gossip, small talk, or will the chatter fox all opponents up? In the last series, they were knocked out by The Thing in the second round. Nowadays, they have a special cooling system. It could be essential. They took a buffeting and a bashing from The Thing and from the house robots. That wasn't the problem. You see the smoke there? They had some sort of internal fire, which KO'd them in the end. The special cooling system may prevent that this time around. They may go further. Let's hope so for Small Talk.
Hi, I'm Richie, this is Alex, and this is Martin, and we're Team Small Talk. We've been in the last 2 wars. We've come back this year with a faster machine. We've got a bigger disc that goes around, about 4,000 RPM, should do a lot of damage. We can be flipped and still run around. And if that happens, the disc will drag us along even faster. So hopefully we'll have a good fight and do some damage and get through to the final.
From Dagenham in Essex and seeded number 31, Centurion.
Capable of roaming around the arena, powered by 2 industrial motors, the pneumatic axe and front lifter can destroy legions. But in the last series, they fiddled while their hopes burned. They were knocked out by 101 Centurion. The axe not in play. The front lifters hauled 101 off the arena floor. They didn't follow up that attack. 101 pushed them against the arena sidewall. In came the house robots, and Killalot truncated the hopes of Centurion.
Hi, my name's Ray Tate. This is my brother Matt, and this is our friend here, Jeff Bradford. This is our robot, Centurion. She's powered by 2 750-watt industrial motors. We've got a nasty axe on the back here to do some damage, producing a force of about 15 tonnes. We've got a nice set of lifting forks on the front here that give us well over a nice 2-foot lift, powered by an 80mm cylinder, producing about half a tonne force there.
Roboteers, stand by.
The front scoopers Splinter there, Stuart and Craig Waitman. There's Small Talk, little Alex in the middle, only 8. And Centurion, Ray Tate, the captain of the controls.
3, 2, 1.
Big Ray's an alarm technician by trade. No alarm bells ringing for Centurion at the moment, and on the attack on Splinter straight away. Now you can see the sort of crushing arms of Splinter coming out, trying to pinch Centurion, and in slams Small Talk with a very impressive movement there, a great power drive. The arms of Splinter go back in. There's Centurion trying to flip Small Talk up in the air. Very unusual unusual-looking robot Splinter. It's combined a scoop and also sort of pickaxe weapons there. We haven't seen it before. Attacking small talk. Centurion standing idle. Is it too idle, I wonder? Well, the flipper... Oh, no, it's OK. The flipper was working. They're off and running now, Centurion. Down comes the axe. No great power on that Centurion axe, though. 15 tons of power. I don't think so. Not from what we've seen. Splinter grapples small talk. Now you can see why we do have the pincers and the scoop. And in towards Shunt, and the great axe blow penetrates the so-called bulletproof plastic shell of small talk away, and nippy small talk up to 20 miles an hour. It's a quick robot across the arena floor. Dead metal comes out, a little bit of a pinch. Ooh, tight. Down comes a circular saw of dead metal. Spinning. Splinter think they've obviously done enough to go through. Centurion, curiously sluggish, immobile throughout, really. Don't know what the judges will have made of it if it goes to the judges, but they've hardly moved, Centurion. I don't know whether the Tate brothers have got a problem there with the controls, the 750-watt industrial motors. Killalot there on the left-hand side, and Centurion, our seated robot here, number 31, sees thrash from Killalot, says the message. Centurion about to be thrashed and smashed, crashed into the pit any second now. Well, that's an upset. Out go the number 31 seed Centurion. And in the great gladiatorial Robot Wars Coliseum, the thumbs go down for the Roman Centurion.
Centurion immobilised. Splinter and Small Talk through to the next round.
Well, we said it was every man for themselves, and it was. But did you know that the other two teams are planning on ganging up on you?
No, not really, no.
We do now.
But they didn't really. It was the house robots that ganged up on you.
It was indeed, yeah. Yeah, I think because in the previous wars we did have a little go at Bash, and we think they was trying to get their revenge back on us.
And Matilda wasn't happy either, was she?
No, not really, no.
But they can't do that unless you're immobilised.
That's right.
And so were you?
Yes, we was. It was very sad. We was going quite well, and the problem was we lost drive. And Jeffy has done a diagnosis check, and he's found...
An autopsy?
An autopsy, if you like.
Yeah, we've got a safety device which is built into the unit, or has to be built into the unit, and the pin's actually sheared and caused us to lose power, and of course we were dead in the water.
That's electronics for you, isn't it?
Yes,
the tiniest thing makes all the difference on Robot Wars.
We were sitting ducks.
So the Centurion crashed, Splinter and Small Talk go through, along with Kilohertz and Eric. Let's see how they line up then. Well, Kilohertz, seeded number 16, meets Splinter, and Small Talk against Eric. That'll be an interesting one.
While our competing robots take an oil leak, let's do for pinball what Godzilla did for lizards. It's our bigger, badder, and horribly mutated Pinball Warrior Tournament. So, let the trials begin!
Driving skill and pace, very important in the Pinball Warrior Tournament. Spawn of Scud at 245 points dominating. Gemini Firestorm 2 Kilohertz still to come though. Still open. Let's see who's next in the Pinball Warrior.
From Hornchurch, seed number 17, King B3.
And veterans from Series 2 and 3, Simon Harrison at the controls, loves a little bit of DJ mixing. This robot cost £4,000 to make. 99.9% of it, Simon's own money.
3, 2, 1.
Going towards the barrels, traditional start for a Pinball Warrior competitor. 5 points for each of those barrels slammed. Can he get in there on the target guarded? Buyback, yes! 50 points! Well scored by King B3, trying to knock the spear into the illuminated pit. Or is it? No, goes for the multi-ball release. That's 10 points for that. Hopefully one of those little balls will go down into the pit for more points to be scored. Little balls, they're bowling balls. That's how heavy they are. Gives you some sense of the scale. In comes Killalot, has the freedom of the arena. More points scored there for flipping up the car door. Good run this so far, attacking another 50-point target. Guarded so far by Matilda. Spins away, Simon here. Loves his photography. He's an engineer for an electronics company. Gets him with 54 points. This is a very good run by King P3, but they need to get away from Matilda. Get some more on the board. coming down here to get in beyond dead metal. And that's a super run by King B3. Ran out of time a little bit at the end. Highly creditable, started off with a 5 points reach the barrel, and then 50 points there, the side target, the multi-ball release, the car door, back again for a side target, 50 points in behind Matilda. Well done, boys. Won't win it for them, but King B3 just 20 points behind Spawn of Scudder, and only 7 robots to come.
Our pinball table claims another victim. Let's see what's going to happen in the wars.
Craig, it's the axe of Kilohertz against the crusher of Splinter. It's the spinning disc of Small Talk against the lifting jaw of Eric.
The Kilohertz team about to go into the arena. They're getting powered up there. Rebecca, it's tense here in the pen, is it not?
It's very, very tense.
Les, come on, show us the back of your T-shirt. This is their message. Kilohertz. It kills, it hurts, get used to it. So there's nobody to conspire with now, is there? Ooh, it's a head-to-head. Are you tense?
Yeah, a bit.
A bit. You're all driving?
Yeah.
In control?
Yeah, really. Yeah. Dad's doing the weapons.
What are you going to do to your opponents?
Hopefully smash into them and then knock him over. Smack him against the side.
Start. Can you go upstairs to your driving?
It's all starting.
Go for it. Yeah.
On your marks.
Battle waits for no man, Jules. Shut up, give it a rest. The competitors.
Stand by.
Kilohertz, seeded number 16. With Rebecca there on the left-hand side, John Reed in the middle, and Dominic Parkinson. And here's Splinter. Now, don't mess around with Craig Waitman, boys. He's a black belt at karate there at the controls.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
He likes his kickboxing, too. Are you about to get a kick up the backside, Splinter? No. Holding Kilohertz in the jaw. A very creative, unusual robot, Splinter, and well done to the Waitmans for their design, ingenuity, innovation. Kilohertz turns side on, trying to spin and come in on Craig and Stewart. A slam there of one of the side arms. Can Kilohertz get that pneumatically powered axe to work? Ivanhoe speedily away, up to 15 miles an hour. Kilohertz just the quicker of the two, and can't get any momentum to come in on a drive to get the axe working. And at the moment, it's Splinter doing all the work here. Well, they get Team Ivanhoe, they were. Knocked out by GBH in Series 2. You can still see the Team Ivanhoe motto on the front. Very, very quick battle this, but Kilohertz into the CPZ, and that means now Shunt can come in with a huge axe. And Kilohertz lucky to get away. We could be seeing an upset here. Kilohertz slammed against the arena wall. Are they dead? Are they immobilized? Smoke pouring out of Kilohertz. The axe is certainly working, but they're going nowhere. Killer Lot looks on, waiting to come in for the kill. And in comes Killer Lot now, the scariest robot on Earth, with its prototype cold fusion cell and cold blinking eyes. And Kilohertz is in his web, and the Sergeant's flamethrower as well licks out onto the polycarbonate shell of Kilohertz. And together, they rest Kilohertz on the arena flipper, do they know? Meanwhile, Splinter watches on. Kilohertz is rolled, lifted, tossed, turned. Oh, dear. Imagine going for a dance with Sir Kilohot in the deadliest of nights. Kilohertz is okay now, but I think immobilized for too long. I don't think they're worthy competitors for Splinter. It's Splinter who will go through. They didn't need any help from any of their friends there.
What an amazing battle! But Kilohertz was immobilized for more than 30 seconds. Splinter are the victors! Guys, what went wrong?
More speed controller problems. One of these days I'll learn how to build them.
Well, hey, elimination.
Yep.
It kills. It hurts. Get used to it. Never mind. The Splinter crowd, you've knocked out a seed.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
How did that feel?
Great.
You took a bit of damage on your robot, darling.
Yeah.
That sort of shovel at the front's all mangled to pieces, isn't it?
When we get back in the pit, we'll heat it up and it just moulds back into place.
So you'll be ready for the next round?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, you're through to the next round. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for Splinter!
Smiling and laughing, that's what we like to see.
Well, it's taking part, isn't it?
Exactly.
That's what I say.
But you had your brilliant car steering, which the other robot didn't have.
Yeah.
You have previously won an award for Best Driver. I thought I'd do a bit of PR for you there. And what happened? Because your wheels were just spinning.
Yeah, stupid electronics again. Computer crashed. I couldn't restart it. I've got a reset switch on the transmitter, but it wouldn't respond. It just died. Stuck in reverse, stuck in full forward.
Every time I'm here, they go, don't they? They're just
Electronics failure.
smoking.
Splinter has to heat and mould. That's okay, it's easy. My mum's hairdresser does it every week. Kilohertz, the seats are out. Small Talk and Eric next.
The Scotsman Small Talk team about to go into the arena. Martin told me earlier that his wife was in labour for 20 hours, which held up some of the parts being ready for their robot.
Yeah, that's right. The stuff was in my basement and Richie couldn't get them, so he actually phoned me up in the labour ward while Leslie was
giving birth.
You could
We
hear the
need the
noises in the
pieces for
background.
Robot Wars. But it's together. You got through the melee. Good performance there. There's nobody good to conspire with now, is there? Ooh, you scared?
No.
No? Confident?
Yeah.
What are you going to do to the other robot?
We're going to try and solder our back, because that's where all the circuits are.
And the opposition, Eric. Bruce, what's your role there? So you've got the controls there. Are you driving?
No, Mike's driving. I'm just watching out for the pit, which goes up and down.
And there's a
shouting
noise.
advice.
There's a noise beforehand, isn't it?
Yeah, I think there's a big explosion when they open the pit or something.
So you're listening out for that?
Yeah.
And what do you tell the team when you hear that noise?
I just shout.
Just generally shout?
Yeah.
Ah! Panic! And are you confident?
Well, apart from the pit, yeah, very confident, yeah.
How's your Shrymex working?
The what?
The Shrymex, self-righting mechanisms.
I've not heard that term before. No.
Oh, that's a Robot Wars term. You should know that by now.
It is working. We've re-engineered it 4 times because we under-engineered it 3 times, and now we're confident that it does work.
Well, you look confident all round. May the best bot win.
Thank you.
Enough dialogue and chatter. Let's have some small talk with Richie McBride at the controls. They're in the middle. And Eric, Bruce Nicholson. Don't panic, Bruce, don't panic when you see the pit.
3, 2, 1, activate.
Eric were my dark horses for this entire heat. Small Talk have done well. They're very, very quick around the arena. Oh, hey, Eric, nearly torched. There's a lick of flame in its paintwork, and it was very nearly torched. Small Talk just dancing around Eric, comes back in. Small Talk, not the heaviest of robots, but don't forget it has that spinning disc with the sharp teeth and can run either way up, should Eric flip it, with the hydraulic lifting jaw, which can also crush. Oh, dear, oh dear, I was going to say the little flipper very nearly got underneath Small Talk there. Just heard some metal grinding and squeaking, and Small Talk very, very quickly away, but it touched on a CPZ, and out comes Bash! Sergeant Bash, flame-filled, a militaristic mashing machine of war! Eric, though, back in underneath Small Talk! Flicks it up and over. Now you can see that the spinning disc can actually run Small Talk forward, you see? They're flicked up and over, doesn't matter. The disc now comes into play, and they say, the voice from Amador near over, they can even go faster when topsy-turvy. Side on now with Eric, and the wheels locked there together. Well, looks like some weird dancing routine between the two of them. Small Talk backs away and stops. And stops, and Small Talk is immobilised, I believe. Eric pensively looks on. There is smoke coming from Small Talk. The 2 motors on fire again. The special cooling system hasn't worked. Exactly the same things happened to Small Talk as it happened in the last series. An internal overheating problem. Eric goes through and needs to get away from Kilowatt. Don't forget you have the heat final to think about now, Eric. Stay away from Killalot and the Lance. Stay away from Bash. Small Talk can't get away from Bash. They're on the arena wall. They're out of it. Oh, the sparks fly outside, inside, just about everywhere for Small Talk. They finish. Well done to Eric.
Small Talk has a small fire. And Eric, go through. Come on, lads. That was disappointing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you think went wrong?
I think it might have burnt up.
Yeah, I could see the fire, a little fire in there. But, you know, you made it through the melee, though, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think went wrong, then?
I don't know, but it was pretty spectacular, whatever happened, so that's what it's all about.
But they're not supposed to kick you when you're down, are they?
No.
And they came in and gave you a good kicking while you were down, didn't they? Never mind, never mind. You're going to come back again, though, aren't you?
Yeah.
I'll see you again, OK?
OK.
Cheers.
Well done.
Well done. Well, you're through. You're taking on Splinter next, so that's not a bad robot, that Splinter as well. Although they got a bit of damage, but they reckon they can sort that out, you know?
Yeah.
How did you think it did? What was your game plan, by the way?
Well, really, to flip it over and see how it ran upside down to start with.
It did run upside down, but not very well.
Not very well, so we thought we'd leave it upside down and see if we could corner it into one of the house robots, but didn't quite make that. But, he didn't do too badly. Then it caught fire, and that was it, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, true. You're through, though, lads, you're through. Yeah. Good luck with Splinter. Let's hear it for Eric!
Now, it's not until we get you in the pits that we find out the horrible truth of what actually went wrong, because we were talking about your cooling system. We were very impressed by that. But we didn't really see it in action, did we? What happened?
No, it broke in the last battle. We couldn't fix it in time for this one, so we just went on without it.
Ooh, so without it, then what happened?
Well, it didn't really cause the fire. This little switch got stuck on, and then that shorted all the wires out. That's what went on fire. So it's just one of those things.
And how much is something like that worth?
About 70p. That cost £70, yeah.
Oh dear. Well, better luck next time. What more can I say?
Yes.
Mike, nice driving.
Thank you, thank you.
Impressive stuff, because the other team were having a bit of a laugh about it earlier, but you've got to be pretty pleased with that.
I am pleased, yes.
Yeah?
We nearly came a cropper because after we got chomped by Killalot, the right-hand wheel wouldn't drive because the bodywork had got bent into it, but by then it was all over.
So not too much damage sustained?
No, mostly superficial. Bit of panel bit bashing, that's all.
Bit of a nip from Killalot on the
bottom. Yeah, he gave us a gentle peek on the bum just to say, keep away.
Yeah, but if you get through the next round, you're through to the series semi-finals, and that's what we're looking for, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right, all the way if we can.
Yes, fighting to.
You've got to go for it.
I feel sorry for Leslie Sloss, Martin's wife. She had to hear about Small Talk during Labour, and then Small Talk go out to Eric. The final Splinter against Eric.
2 more robots in casualty, and there's a stretcher standing by for another one as they fight for a place in our series semi-finals. It's the 3rd and final round.
Let's see how they got to the heat final. Well, Eric has looked good throughout, taking on Kilohertz and Destructor Bubble. Aggression, good weaponry with a hydraulic lifting jaw. Then came through against Small Talk. With a lick of flame, but is obviously inflammable. Flicked Small Talk up and over. Sustained a little bit of damage from the house robots. Small Talk immobilised. It was internal fires. Eric through then. And Splinter joining him. First of all, defeating Centurion along with Small Talk. Got a bit of a bashing there. Withstood the pressure. Centurion well and truly smashed and bashed and crushed by the house robots. This was impressive. Splinter against Kilohertz using the wheelchair motor-powered claws, and Kilohertz also internally blew up. So Splinter went through to meet Eric. Bye-bye to Kilohertz.
Hello, Craig. Well, the pressure's on now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Last time we saw you, you were going to kick some butt. It's looking good. How are you feeling?
Looks a bit second-hand at the minute, and, well, just hope it all goes to plan. I'm going to try and grab hold of it like usual and smash it against the sides.
And if you were putting money on this match, would it be on yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah? Do you agree with that?
Yes, oh yeah, it should be okay. We'll just see how it goes.
It's the finals, it's tough, isn't it? It's been a good few battles to get here.
Yes, yeah, it's been a bit of a struggle, but the robot's holding out all right. No mechanical failure, so see how it goes.
Don't speak too soon, eh? There's just about 500 people out there waiting for you to smash your robot into somebody else's. The pressure is on.
The pressure is on, yeah. It is tense.
It
We're
is
all
tense.
very nervous.
Exactly.
Especially me as driver.
We know what the team said about your driving earlier.
No, we don't.
Oh.
Ask him.
Oh, you changed
He's
your mind
doing
now?
very well. He's doing very well.
Doing well.
Yeah,
Do
keep
you
it
agree
up.
with that?
Yeah.
Good luck, team. Show them what for.
Thank you.
From Framfield in East Sussex, Eric. From Norwich, Splinter.
15-year-old karate black belt Craig Wakeman at the controls from Taverham High School in Norwich. And there's Eric Mike Hamilton at the controls, a kitchen designer.
Roboteers, stand by.
Splinter, the favourite certainly, heavier. Craig there and Stuart and Eric. 2-metre turning circle. Mike's going to have to be sharp on those controls.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Flipper of Eric. Hydraulic lifting jaw, which can crush. And we've got the wheelchair motor powered claws on the front of Splinter and also the scoop. Useful combination. Unusual too. Matilda backs away. It's a bit of a tentative start to the heat final for a place in our second semi-final. Eric, the front lifting mechanism a little bit slow, mistimed as it came in to meet Splinter. The electrical expert of the team is Ian Nicholson. He is an electrician, a Sparks by trade. Son Bruce, of course, yells if there's any danger. And there is for Eric now in the CPZ from Shunt. And the big axe, the bulldozer, and the front scoop of Shunt, the scoop of Splinter. They're trying to get Eric up and out of the arena, I think. They're combining in there well. The Shunt then hammers against Splinter. Back off, back away. Leave Eric to me, says Shunt. Splinter has other ideas. Eric nudges Matilda, whose bright eyes gleam and then fade as Eric moves away and her prey has gone for the moment. Eric slammed against the arena wall by Splinter. The more aggressive of the two, certainly. There's Craig and Stuart, father and son. Stuart's an instrument production technician. And his Splinter machine bashing against Eric. Eric squeezed against the arena sidewall, gets out. Oh, for a minute there I thought one of Splinter's arms, claws, if you like, have been buckled backwards, but they're okay. It's a very unusual robot and a very effective robot so far. Great innovation in these robots in this series. Splinter up on his side, crashes down. Eric, of course, we know has a SRE mech. All eyes on Craig and Stuart, though, in the control box of Splinter. Eric flicks Splinter not over yet. 80.6 kilo Splinter. Moves forward with a scoop. Can't get underneath Eric. 10mm ground clearance under Eric. Very low. Good design. You can see there the sort of fringe, the skirt, if you like. Time is ticking away. Judges will make their decision on style, control, damage and aggression any second now. Well, it was quite tentative, I thought. Thoughtful. Very close.
That one went to the wire. I wouldn't want to call that one. So we go over to our judges to make the decision.
There we are. Noel Sharkey looking at the replay. So can we now. Splinter, the aggressor. Eric into the CPZ and taking punishment there. That'll count against Eric. And Mike Hamilton, the driver. Splinter using the crushing arms. Once, twice, thrice. All the punishment going Eric's way now at this stage. Getting away. Once more slammed against the arena wall. For me, it has to be Splinter, I have to say. Although Eric came back on the attack there. Will gain points back, rocking Splinter. But Eric had a problem throughout. No right wheel drive, we heard. Hurt from the house robots early on. That could have counted against him overall. For me, it's Splinter.
Nervous?
Yeah.
So am I. What about you? Frightened? Tense? Well, we're waiting for the judge's decision. It's just come through. He's gone for Splinter! Oh, well, it was touch and go. I wouldn't want to have called it. Disappointed?
Yeah.
I mean, you almost had him a couple of times.
Yeah.
I mean, you flipped the wheels on his side, but he fell back over. He didn't seem to have the power in that flipper, though, you know?
I think he got the power, it's just getting it in under him far enough, and he was a wriggly character. We had to
Very
try
wriggly.
Yeah, wriggly little beggar.
He was quite strong as well, though, wasn't he? He was pushing you around quite a lot.
Mike was actually trying to back to spin away from him. It looked like he was pushing us, but Mike was actually driving. Went faster than us.
Yeah.
So it looked so we really couldn't get away from him.
It sounds like a likely story, that to me.
It's my theory, and I'm sticking to it.
Have you enjoyed your time on Robot
Yeah,
Wars?
it's been brilliant.
Well, we hope you come back. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Eric.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys. Yes. It was very close, wasn't it?
Yeah, really.
Do you think he was going to have you over at one stage?
Yeah, we did, yeah.
Does that shovel thing do anything, really?
No, it's purely a scoop, yeah. Just to get under him.
So you've really got to avoid the weapon. So is that what you were trying to do, trying to avoid his weapon?
Yeah, Craig was a bit wriggly, but I think that was good driving, really.
A wriggly little character. But never mind, you're in the series semi-finals.
Yeah.
Excited?
Yes.
Yeah, can't
You'll
wait.
go all the way?
Hope so.
Hope so, yeah.
You're just in it for a good time, though, aren't you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, please, let's hear it for Splinter. Your dad might hit the ceiling when he hears the footy scores. He'll do himself a mischief. Watching Robot Wars. Bye-bye.
And Robot Wars is back in 2 weeks as we the UK Snooker Championship. On BBC One in just a moment, Robbie Williams and Madonna in Top of the Pops.